This is another installment of a pick and card reading on the Lotus Reiki Healer YouTube channel. Today we have a requested video, which is for entertainment purposes only. And the subject, if you have read the title, is a little sensitive, but again, it is for entertainment purposes only. That's the only reason I would ever do a video with this subject, but it is a subject that I have thought about doing during our Scary Truths October series. And so it was recommended to me by someone, so shout out to you, and I have decided to participate. So the subject is a pick a card prediction of how you will die. So we are obviously not bound by these cards. This may not be the absolute way that you pass. This may be just in this paradigm, the response from the universe, right? Or things to look out for, right? Things to get our attention. So I am doing the reading itself with the African American Tarot deck. I do have clarifiers, or excuse me, these are going to be our, these are going to be our identifiers, the Kepler deck. There are 3 Kepler cards that you will choose from, and we will see what the pile says. I have the how to prolong the situation, how to prolong the quote unquote inevitable, is what the self-love oracle cards will be in this reading. So without any further ado, we can get started with what those indicators are. Pile 1 is the wealthy man of the Kepler deck. Pile 2 is the change Kepler card. And pile number 3 is the poverty Kepler card.
Take a moment to choose your card and I'll meet you at your reading.
All right, and so we'll just get started with pile number 1. So let's see what we got here. So okay, I'm gonna be honest, and this is what I am seeing. I think that this pile is a free loving pile. This pile is a fast moving energy pile, like you pick up and go very easily, very swiftly. You are easily distracted by different options and things to look at, right? Like this feels like a very ungrounded pile. You may go after things haphazardly, and so what I am seeing is that you may not see this coming. This untimely passing may be something that you you could be. We have the 7 of Pentacles, or excuse me, the 7 of Cups card as the only card that is in the upright. Otherwise, we have the Hangman in the reverse. We have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, Temperance in the reverse, Emperor in the reverse, and the Page of Wands in the reverse. And so it feels like this pile is very hasty. This pile moves very fast and very unbridled is what I just heard. So I feel like you'll be in the move, you'll be on the go, and just and this could be movement as far as like traveling. It could be, I'm not trying to put you in that position, but you could just walk into something, right? Or when I said that, I saw in my head walk into a place at the wrong time. So yeah, let's see if there's any other information that I'm getting. Okay, another thing that I get very strongly is that this could have to do with the Page of Wands being in the reverse and the options. This could be that you run into someone who is unhealthy and you have some type of sexual relationship with them, and you are given an incurable disease. And I actually heard that before I said that. So I do feel like that is a part of what may happen here. Yeah, you may be having spiritual guidance, right? Because the Emperor talks about, in the upright, it talks about someone who has a stable grounding on earth. Like they have experience behind what they say, what they do. And then the Temperance card, both of these are major arcana. There's a lot of major arcana here. Or there's just three, but that means that half of it is major arcana. So I think that we have officially tapped into your soul's journey or a soul's message for you who chose this pile. Because that's what major arcana talk about, is like the soul's journey. So with the Temperance in the reverse and the Emperor in the reverse and the Seven of Cups in the upright, you may think that you know it all in this life, and you may think you know it all and you have it all figured out, and that you're not listening to the divine guidance around you. Perhaps you are someone, like I mentioned, who's very flighty, and I heard fleet, not afraid. I heard fleet. Maybe get trampled by some, you meet that same energy amongst some animals and get trampled. You know, I heard fleet. Give me a second. So I feel that there are going to be, this is me getting that, you know, I'm just calling it how I see it. There may be a situation where you are even receiving divine guidance, or you have disconnected from said divine guidance based on you wanting to have your cake and eat it too. I just heard, thinking you know it all, kind of going on with your own mind instead of your intuition. With the right, it's just like a lot of passion. It's just like a lot of movement, I feel. Right, I said trampled. There's animals on here. So if you're going out of the country, right, there's another elephant right here, right? So if that's what's going on, perhaps there's movement happening during the time of your passing, and perhaps it's a quick and easy situation. The Knights, or yeah, the Page of Wands, someone who, I don't know, I'm not really good at the pages, let me just be honest, right? The pages and the Knights are things that I'm learning currently, but I do know that the Page, or the Knight of Pentacles, is someone who's slow moving in the upright. It's in the reverse here. So it's slow, practical energy in the upright. So this is just, you know, verifying what I was saying about the fast movement and the not thinking very practically about what's going on around you. So you may be intoxicated with the Seven of Cups in the upright. There is a number of drinks or, you know, cups here. And so this may be something where you are intoxicated. Possibly you're moving around, traveling around, and something happens. You're not connected. Maybe that's what this Temperance in the reverse is. You're not going to be connected to the divine messages that's going on. And this could either be because you're not sober, or this could be because at this point your soul has reached its point to when it's going to happen. So it's gonna, you know, I think that you will be more aware of what's going on in that present moment, that you may feel so human, like it may be very a human experience. Like it may bring you so down to earth into your body that you just see it. You don't see it coming, but you kind of see things coming, like slowly to that point. This is my implant so that I don't have any children that I'm not ready to have. I suggest that you guys get one, especially if this is something to do with you meeting someone and getting connected with them physically, and then you contract something. So no, it doesn't safeguard behind or from STDs or HIV or anything, but it does kind of say that you are being conscious, right? It's saying that you're not going into things haphazardly. It's saying that you're having a practical plan over your life. How can you prevent such a situation? Okay, so the cards that came out is Make an Altar, Movement, or in the reverse, Health Checkup, and builds strength in the reverse. So I feel like this builds strength as well as the make an altar is pretty much saying to calm your ego down. I think that all in all, what we did here, I love that, whatever. Overall, what we understood from this message is that I think that there's a very ego-driven movement. There's an ego-driven energy behind who chose this pile, right? With the wealthy man being your indicator, you may have been gravitated to it because of egoic reasons. I just saw 1144. So you may, right, divine stability, divine structure. So maybe you feel like you have to do it all by yourself. Maybe you've only had to do it by yourself, and for whatever reason, you've built up this ego, which is, you're either in the balance of it or you're in the overactive or the underactive. So I can imagine that. But this is saying to get back into balance. It says with it saying building strength, the strength card is a Leo card. This card is telling me to no longer feel like the outside is what counts, right? No longer to think that what you can see, right? The things that are not tangible, right? With this in the upright, this is someone who has a solid plan, who has something practical in their hands. You know what I mean? Who's well thought out, who's taking step by step to create something that's worth having. With fast moving energy, yes, you may have it today, but it could be gone tomorrow. And so your ego is maybe gravitating towards these things in order to improve itself or improve its outer appearance. However, your spirit is trying to say that that's not your biggest focus. That's not the biggest purpose while you're on this earth. It is to build a spiritual strength. It is to heal your generations. I feel, right? It's not just about you. I'm feeling very strongly. It's not just about you. Movement in reverse. You may feel like as long as you're moving and doing something that you're being productive, that maybe that makes you valuable. And this is telling me to get still and to get real comfortable in yourself. Like, this is definitely letting me know that your life is supposed to be mainly a spiritual one. However, you are making it a situation that it's about what you can see and touch versus what you feel. And you may feel out of balance sometimes. You may feel out of control is really what the hangman, right? So another thing is you may be eating really fast and choke on something, because I just taste like ground meat. It doesn't matter what kind of ground meat it is. I just tasted in like a taco corn bean situation. And if you're eating it too fast, you may inhale it. And so slow down with your eating. Say if you are a rather heavier person and it is at the point where it's affecting your health, slow down, get some medical help to help you along that path if this is the case. If you are sleeping with multiple partners, take some measures to prevent from experiencing sexually transmitted diseases or prolonged sexually transmitted diseases. I just felt very strongly. Some of you who may have chose this pile may currently have sexually transmitted diseases that are subtle in the symptoms, so you're just living with it. However, the chemical imbalance in your body is still being affected, so go get checked out. And if you are HIV positive or any have any STD, get checked out, take the preventative measures, stay safe with yourself and other people. You shouldn't be sleeping with anybody who doesn't know your status.
So I definitely meant know their status, but I think that both are relevant. If you are dealing with someone, they should know their status or it's an unsafe situation. And if you have a status that you are aware of, you need to make your partner aware of it before any exchanges are made.
Know your status. Take medicine. There are medicines to prevent you from receiving or incurring is the word I was going to use, HIV, if you take it every day and you are a sexually active, like a fluid and frequent sexually active individual. There are preventative measures. So that's the reading I have for you, pile one. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please check out my website because I love when I see that you guys have shopped on there. I love that I'm able to provide things that you guys need for your spiritual activities. You may need some for this altar that you need to make, and I'm here for it. If you would like a personal reading, please contact me at ContactTheLotusReikiHealer at gmail.com. My website platform does not allow me to offer readings on the website, so I have to offer them on my email. And so if you reach out to me, my prices will be available on my Instagram, and maybe I'll put those in the description as well. Either way, I hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. That's the least you could do. I just told you how to avoid death. You're welcome. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Bye. They're back. Welcome back, queens. Hi. I'm doing a video, ladies. It's okay. Alrighty. So, they're fine. They're not going to bother you. All right. Hello, pile two. If you chose pile two by the change card, then this is your reading. I was just saying that I am visiting family out of the state, and so I'm in their space, which I set a vibe in here, super cool. But if you hear anything in the background, that's why. This reading, if you have read the title, is How You Will Die, and this is subjective. This is not permanent. I think that if anything, it is a thing to look out for and to continue to like grow with, right? If you don't like anything that's said here, you're not bound by these cards. So but let's get into it. So let's go. I feel like this pile, I'll tell you, give me a second. Well, okay, when I was first shuffling the pile, I felt as if there is a level of, or a method of right, give me a second. There is a method of stress that you have that will cause some type of health issue. I'm not saying this is permanent. We already talked about that. But in these cards, it's giving me that you're not handling stress very well. And you may be someone who, right, who has, you know, maybe it's things of the past that haunt you, right? Maybe things that people have said, because it's very thoughts. It's very thought energy. And I feel like it's not rational. With the 10 of Wands in the reverse, I feel like, or the, I think it's the 8 of Wands. Give me a second, because I thought that was a 10 of Wands. I think that what I'm getting here is that life comes at you really fast. And there is a method of stress that you may have carried on from previous generations. Like you may not know how to properly handle stress. And so... and, you know, possibly some family secrets, possibly, you know, I heard isolation, possibly, like there's like a lack of group around you. I don't feel like you don't like the way your life is going, though. I feel like you're in a really nice place in your life that you've grown into. Like, I feel like you are someone who is very loved when you pass. Someone who's very admired when you pass. To be honest, give me a second. I feel like there is fast, right? I feel like people will definitely be doting over you and remembering you well into your death. So I feel like you are going to be known for someone who is absolutely very smart spiritually. I do feel like, give me a second, I think that there's a lot on your mind, and that, so if I was to read them the way that they are right now, it's very possible you may die single. You might die old. I feel very strongly that this pile will die old. Very much so. This pile is going to pass away well into, like, it's going to be an inevitable change. Like, it's not going to be something where anybody's going to say, oh, this person was too young to go. Or so I wanted to apologize about the background noise. If it is something I decide to do, then I will record the video again. I'm seeing that you live your life very well. You may travel and dress very well, and be very striking and beautiful. You may deal with magic. I definitely pick up a magician energy, and who has a bunch of stability and favorable. I just heard favorable opportunities, favorable. So yeah, you're definitely dying rich. It feels very, and I think rich, because I don't see any pentacles out here. I think it's going to be rich in life, rich in beauty, rich in love, right? I think with the sword, the King of Swords in the reverse, I feel very strongly that there is, with you showing up as all of the queens and you showing up as the Hierophant, this is very much Empress, divine feminine energy. And with that being said, I think you died incomplete if you think that there's supposed to be somebody who completes you before the end of it. So I see that you're living a great life. I see blessings and really good things coming in at a fast pace in your life. So you are very, not even lucky, but you're a very blessed individual, right? You are a deity. You are a goddess, a god. You are someone who is spiritually sent here to create, to make a change, right? To make an impact, to bring people out of the shadows of, you know, their animal instinct or maybe their own animal conditioning, right? This is what I'm feeling very strongly of. You are a very nurturing person, a very beautiful person. People find it very easy to listen to you. People find it very easy to look at you, watch you, and follow after you. They feel like you're very strong and very smart. And I guess someone feels like you're very strong. And with all of that being said, don't let the lack of someone masculine, or even if you're a masculine and you like masculines or you like feminines, do not allow the lack of having a partner make you feel like you're incomplete, because I feel that that is something that you may battle with. That is something that you may not be able to feel the greatest joy in this life, or you may not be able to enjoy this experience because you think that there's supposed to be someone on your side that completes you. But I'm feeling like you are divine masculine, you are divine feminine, all in one. So people respect you. You have the luxurious of things in life. You have solid foundations. You've left something for your future generations. And that rhymed on purpose. I didn't rhyme on purpose, but it rhymed on purpose. You do. You have a lot of things to look forward to. So what's going to happen? How do you die? How my people dying? I feel like you're going to die at a very early age of natural causes, being that she's all by the nature. It's very nature-esque situations happening in all of these cards, right? It's like there's just going to be an ascension is what I'm feeling very strongly right here. So you just get to see all of these these depictions, the nature, the outside, right? And then this, you're just going to ascend. Let's see how to prolong the situation and or how to get the best out of the life you're living, right? Because it looks like it's going to be a long life. Right. I love it. Okay. We saw the 8 of Swords and how we enjoy the time that we have here is by grounding yourself. get yourself rooted into what matters with your crown chakra, and then to use your whole being to ground yourself into this life, because you don't want to wait until that point to celebrate. You don't want to wait until one point in life to feel like this part of my life is worth celebrating. You are an amazing person. You're here to unlock a lot of things spiritually. So dance, enjoy life, enjoy and celebrate the life you have right now. Because for one, you're going to be living quite a long time. And so you don't ever want to let any specific place of your life hold you down or make you feel heavy, because you don't want to carry that with you. Sound healing in the reverse. I think that for me is saying about the thoughts, and it's 47, which is a deduction, will be 11. And so I think that there are some divine energies that are around you, and so you may have to go within, right? This person is going within. So it's like not seeking your calmness, your peace without, which means on the outside of you, to really go within and to calm those parts of you that wants you to be anxious about something, because that's not what your life mission is. And that might be you picking up other people's energy. That also may be, lower level energies trying to get your attention. This could even just be residual energy from who you used to be. We have rest and planet trip in reverse. So rest is in the upright, planet trip is in the reverse. And like I said, I think that if you are in the 8 of Swords energy, and you are maybe in an energy where you're thinking that others or anything outside of you is meant to complete you, that to rest is another way of healing, right? You may even be receiving spiritual dreams, intuitive messages and things like that. You may just need to regenerate and charge yourself, which is what resting is. So you don't always have to be on go. I feel like the things that you do when you are in your creative space, when you are using your intuition, when you are when you are tapping into the divine, they're enough. They're a lot. It's divinely guided. So you're getting these messages, you're picking them up, and you're building a foundation with every effort that you do. But that doesn't mean that that's the only time that you're productive, because when you're resting, you're giving your body, you're giving your chakras opportunity to take all that in. Planet trip in the reverse. So I think say this was my pile. If this was my pile, then this would mean you've taken the trips that you need to take in this setting of your life. And not to say that there's not abundance and opportunities to experience the world as big as it is. But maybe it's time to rest and just, be home and in your own space, in your own energy, to feel grounded. And maybe that's when all this work is going to come out. You know what I mean? That's maybe when you're going to feel vulnerable enough to dance and feel free and to shake whatever energies off. I feel like you may need to not travel now. You may need to sacrifice travel opportunities now in order to save up for an opportunity that you can splurge. I saw 3333. And so I think that there may be journeys that you will be going on in the future that are going to be very impactful for the legacy that you're going to live or lead. And so if you are vacationing just to say you're vacationing, it's not necessary, because you are going to take flight, is what I just heard or felt very strong. You're going to make movements. You're going to make we're trainees, we're making tracks, wheels to the rail, clickety clack. So you may be taking trains. These are things that's coming through, and I'm just a channel. And so you're going places. You're already going places. So don't think that physically where you go, right? Because the 9, we have change. There's movement already, right? And another thing I want to tell you with the attachment, because that's what I just felt very strongly about the reading, is don't be attached to outcomes. Don't be attached to people, places, or things. I feel like you should have your home within yourself. That's what this pile should really do. You your spirit is supposed to have a lot of freedom with all of these wands here. You may be a Sagittarius, Leo, Aquarius, excuse me, you might be an Aquarius, but Aries, right, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, and another thing with the Eight of Pentacles or the Eight of Wands and things like that, the natural causes, because I said Cancer, it could be because you naturally created Cancer by thinking negatively or stressing yourself out. I saw 35, what you give is what you get. So if you're giving stress, if you're giving anxiety, your body is, especially if you're only keeping it to yourself and maybe not taking certain measures to release the stress, it may very well be possible that you are creating your own fate. However, I do see that anything that does take place will take place at a later, much later date. You would be at a very mature place in your life. So if you're a young person, it's not going to happen anytime soon. If you are a older person, I heard 78. So hopefully you're not 77. Yeah, that pile 2, that was your reading. I had a lot of fun with that one. Feel free to check out my website and hit me up on my email if you want a private reading. My email is ContactTheLotusReikiHealer@gmail.com. It will be listed in the description. Check out my website and suggest any products that I don't have on there. I will be updating my inventory very soon, and so I would like to know what you guys would like. You know, what are you guys interested in? Not just what I would like to vote on there. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye. If you chose pile 3, then this is your reading. So this makes a lot of sense here. Okay, cool. This makes a lot of sense. Give me a second, because the conversation is, how are you going to pass? So, and to be honest, if you chose this pile, you may have chose another pile in the previous. And if you did choose both piles, let me know in the comments. I had to bring my blankie because it got a little cold up in here. All up in here. Alrighty. So I do feel like you're going to transition into life with ease. You're going to transition in the next plane of the next realm, the upper room, people call it. It's not going to be a surprise. It's not going to be out of nowhere. It's something that gradually takes place. Like, you're going to move forward to that next step. Right, with the Judgment card. It's just going to be the decision that is going to happen. Now, you're not going to make the decision. I hope not. Wait. Oh. Okay, I'm going to read it how I'm going to read it, and I definitely want to be very clear that I do not condone anyone to cause harm to themselves. And if you are someone who considers or has considered to hurt yourself, I really recommend that you get some counseling. I just felt like, maybe some grief counseling, if it's based on things that's happened in your past. If there's anything that I can help with, please let me know. I'm a spiritual healer as well, right, with energy such as Reiki, but also, I do like to use the tarot cards to get down to the bottom or pinpoint what the issue is, and to be a spiritual life coach through difficult times. So if there is anything that I can help you with, please let me know. My heart hurts very much right now. So I feel like you're going to be in a lot of emotional pain. I feel. Now, this doesn't have to be for everybody, and this is a reading that we're not bound by. But it does feel like a lot of confusion. So it could be perhaps, right, a less darker version. It could be perhaps that you were, living a life, possibly just in the middle of something, and you're at an old age and you get confused, right? Perhaps, having dementia. We're seeing, the Judgment card as well as the Star card. So this is definitely I feel like something far in the future. But I also feel like it is something where you are experiencing like hallucinations, possibly, or having like a lapse in clarity during some time of activity, because it's a lot of movement here. You know, with the Eight of Cups, something is moving. Somebody is moving. You would be maybe moving towards something. Like, all right, so the first part that I got is that you may have a problem, you know, grieving. Like, you may have a problem with accepting a situation of loss. You may have a problem that you decide that it's no longer worth fighting for, like life is no longer worth fighting for. Right, with the Three of Pentacles in reverse, it's like a lack of cooperation, a lack of not foundation, but maybe there's some foundation people that should have been around you, right? Perhaps they die and you decide to jump in after them. You know, perhaps people turn their back on you. You know, maybe because you know, they want what you have, you don't give them what you have, or you are not financially as free as they think you are, and you can't help them the way they want you to help them. And so they stop cooperating with you, and based off of you just feeling so lonely and feeling like, you know, fuck it, you know. So this may be self-inflicted, which I do not recommend at all. If you have any battles with thoughts like that, please find the phone number in the description and you know, seek somebody to talk to. If I can help, please let me know. But it's definitely giving that there's a judgment, that there's a like there's a decision. Perhaps this is you waking up and being someone who's foolish and doesn't see it coming, right? Like, you may go to sleep and wake up dead. That's another thing, right? Like, the fool kind of walks off of that cliff and they are not afraid, nor are they like aware if there's anything beneath them. So it could be that you go to sleep, you know, as happy and as resourceful as you want to be, especially after a time of not having. Perhaps you've had to secure your own bag, your own stability, your own, the life of your dreams, right? Right? You could have created the life of your dreams in your life, and it could be time to transition, right? To go to that next, you know, that awakening in the sky, right? So this doesn't have to be dark. I'm just picking up a number of things. Right, the Eight of Cups definitely feels willing, okay? Hello? Like, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. Somebody's willing here, right? With the Fool card, someone is willing to walk off that cliff, not knowing what's going to happen once they get to that end. And to be honest, with the Poverty card and the Nine of Pentacles, it feels like you've lived all of the life you've wanted to live. You've experienced everything you've needed to experience. And so you may be just super adventurous, right? In a previous pile, we've talked about traveling and going on some big old divine trip, you know, that later on happens, but it's not necessary that it happens now. I just saw 4440. So it feels like there's proper foundations that you've laid, and it's safe for you to go. And it feels like you did it alone, single-handedly, but I feel like there are some people, there are kids, right? There's like people here. There's people, there's animals, there's life here that is grateful for your presence, grateful for what you've done. With this person in the sky, you were a leader. You left things behind that they can stand upon now. People, your children or others, they're going to be able to look at your life and use it as an example for their own. They're going to be able to look at your life and feel confident and inspired about what they can do based on the example that you have been. With the Star card and card, you are I just heard a dream come true. You are right. You're probably someone's dream come true. There's going to probably be other people who grow up in harsh conditions that when they hear your story, when they see the work that you've made, they're going to be able to say, I'm not confused anymore. I'm not split anymore. They're going to be able to know what they can example after. They're gonna understand they're different, but it's okay. You did it, so can they. And that rhymed, but it's not on purpose, but it was on purpose, right? Right words seem to rhyme a lot, when it's time to. And that happens a lot with me, but I ain't no rapper, you know what I mean? Unless this YouTube shit don't work out. Yeah, you may stand up for human rights. You may stand up for, religious rights. You may stand up for gay rights, or just whatever place that you're in. You're very much a leader. You're very much a spokesperson. You speak out about difficult topics. You stand in your truth. And when you go, it's going to be at the right time, at the right date. If there's a I heard 48, not putting that on anybody. I think it was the rhyming. I don't know. I hope y'all don't die at 48. If you're 47, run, girl. So let's talk about how you can prevent this or prolong this, or what you can do in between time to kind of make it worthwhile. I'm going to start with the upright card. So use your hands. Use your hands and drink tea. I feel like this is saying to take life not with a grain of salt, but I feel like there's things that you naturally do. There's things that you naturally are good at that is your superpower. And this is going to be what you're known for. It is going to be why you're so great. And with that being said, to take a step back, because the Nine of Pentacles says that there's a lot that you will achieve in your lifetime. There's a lot that you will accumulate in your lifetime. And so sometimes the simplest things that you can do, the things that are most valuable, is to just relax and to, create stuff, that you feel inspired to do. Have fun, it feels like. Do things that make you feel naturally whole, loved. And the Sweet Treats card is in the reverse. So is Connect with Your Ancestors, and the Sex card is in the reverse. So I feel like this is saying no unsafe sex. Like, not to say you can't indulge in sexual activities, but this is giving me very much that unsafe sex could be a cause. Like, you could die of that, you know what I'm saying, right? And it may be a later down the line after having it and it just taking a hold, but just be careful. And or to not seek the simple pleasures in life by seeking pleasure itself, right? There's other pleasures to experience. And I also feel like with these cards being in the reverse is saying that these may be ways that commoners, right, peasants may think that they may think that this is the only way to have pleasure. Spirit is telling you to, you're not normal. So don't necessarily subscribe to what other people subscribe to. Find pleasures in the everyday wholeness that every day has to offer. And another thing with the Connect with Your Ancestors in reverse, every day is worth appreciating. Every day is worth living. So you may be very spiritual, right? With the Star card, I feel like it's very easy for you to bring things from the universe realm into the earth, right? To create, right? So you're very good at naturally creating. However, you are an ancestor in your own right. You're an ancestor right now. Live that life. We are right now living ancestors. So I'm getting very strongly to appreciate yourself in the moments that you are living, because you can't get these moments back. And these moments are going to be revered and looked at very highly. And so if you are someone who records yourself or journals and does any of those things, to record those moments and appreciate them and be more present, because someone is eventually going to look back at these very moments. I'm getting choked up a little. They're going to be able to look back at these very moments of your life that were not extravagant, but they were still very monumental and important. And it's going to inspire them. So be the ancestor, right? Live your life as the divine, spiritually guided being that you are. Because you are important in this moment, in this time, in this space. You're doing great things. I really wish you the best. If there is any suggestive readings that you guys want to see, please let me know. If you would like a personal reading, please contact me at ContactTheLotusReikiHealer@gmail.com. My website platform does not allow me to offer readings on the website, so I have to offer them on my email. And so if you reach out to me, my prices will be available on my Instagram, and maybe I'll put those in the description as well. Either way, I hope to see you in the next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That's the least you could do. I just told you how to avoid death. You're welcome. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Bye.